Why don't you know that you're beautiful and amazing? Why don't you know that you're intelligent and kind? Why don't you know how worthy you are? Because you are worthy of everything. You should never accept anything less than the best. I know there are times when you look in the mirror and you see someone who is too heavy or too thin, or who isn't the prom queen, or who didn't get straight A's, or who isn't happy all the time. But why don't you know how precious and unique you are? I read this statement a few days ago, and it says, "There's a woman at the beginning of all great things." And what that means is that once you find something that's so amazing and so great, if you break that down, you usually will find a woman was a part of it. So why don't you know? I know there are times when you want to look like this person or that person. I know there are times when you're not happy with who you are and what you look like. I know there are times when you allow someone else to make you feel less than what you really are. But why don't you know that deep down you are so strong and so brave? Why don't you know? Why don't you know that you should always be treated like a queen? The doors should always be open for you. You should walk equal with your loved one, not behind anyone. Why don't you know? Why don't you know that a man should never put his hands on you, should never talk down to you, and should never cuss at you? Why don't you know? Why don't you know your worth? Look at all of the amazing women and what they've done in your lifetime. There is no limit to your worth. There is no diamond, no purse, no car, no huge house, no boat, no castle. Always remember in the eyes of the Lord that you are loved and worth dying for. You're amazing in business. You guys invented multitasking. You run your households while holding a job, while attending school. Most importantly, you give birth and raise your children. And you don't know your worth. Nothing can stop you and nothing should. There are a lot of women in your history that have stood strong and paved a wonderful road. One who said, "I'm not giving up my seat and sitting in the back of the bus." Rosa Parks and a lot of other women have changed our world. When are you going to add your name to that list? Every one of you has the ability to be great. All of you have the ability to be amazing and awesome. And how do I know this? Because you are already amazing and awesome. Why don't you know this? Well, it's time to know this. It's time to turn on the radio and listen to that song, "I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar." You are powerful, wonderful, articulate, beautiful, kind, direct, smart, loving, nurturing, sensitive, strong, resourceful, bold, and more than capable. And most of all, the most important thing of all of you are super women, to all with little feet. So go out there and be strong, be confident. Know that you are simply incredible. Know that you are so amazing. Know that you're so capable of doing anything that you want to do. Don't let anyone hold you back. Don't let the words of someone else derail you from the future that God has planned for you. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to be you, because you are wonderful. And most of all, you are loved. I just wanted you to know.